AMP is completely changing the production workflow on our multi-site show locations.
If there was ever some type of emergency and I'm at home and all my coworkers got sick, they could call me, I could boot up my laptop and do it from home.
It's super easy scaling. For the most part, all we do is spin up another instance.
I believe AMP is the future of television broadcasting.
Blizzard Entertainment is a company that's basically focused on digital experiences, and that includes things such as gameplay as well as esports.
So the main thing we were looking for that brought us to Grass Valley Master Control is being geo-agnostic and flexible. So we're traveling across the world. We need to take video from various different places, and we need to be able to switch that in any location we need it. And AMP was the perfect solution for that because we have the ability to aggregate our video in the cloud where it's going already from LA, from our sites across. We don't have to bring it back down into a new centralized facility. It stays in the cloud. Our operators pull up a web-based interface and they can switch between these feeds with no delay without needing to add an extra encode cycle or anything crazy like that. So that's what really drew us to it, is that we already had so many workflows in the cloud, and the ability to stay in the cloud to do switching was incredible for us.
So we live broadcast Overwatch League in multiple languages. We use AMP to actually insert localized versions of all those sponsorships and ads and other production elements into every single language stream. And we see AMP continuing to allow us to expand our global footprint with additional language broadcasts more efficiently.
AMP is very much a key and integral part of our workflow now. It provides key sponsorship obligations that we have, so we're able to localize sponsorships from, we may have an ad that's different in the United States versus in Korea.
It's super easy scaling. For the most part, all we do is spin up another instance. We can continue spinning up instances and move appropriately. So it doesn't matter how many signals you have. You can have 1, you can have 10, you can have 300. Doesn't matter. We're scaling instances at that point in the cloud, which allows us to basically seamlessly monitor and move through the processes that we normally have for all of our esports related broadcasts.
AMP is completely changing the production workflow on our multi-site show locations. So in an average weekend right now for Overwatch League, we have 2 live productions running on the road, and in addition, we have our desk show. We can actually use AMP, and we are today, to integrate all of those shows together with unified sponsorship delivery, multi-language delivery, and the production workflows have improved dramatically in that way.
Transitioning into this was pretty neat because the first time I heard about it, I thought, I don't know. I'm kind of in that old school of I want everything plugged in all the time right in front of me on hardware. So hearing that it's all in the cloud and it's going to be across the world and we're dealing with latency from a million different places, I was a little hesitant. But the way that it's designed and the way that it all comes in and communicates and talks to each other and actually times out all that latency is really, really awesome.
The learning curve is basically non-existent. You sit down at this thing, you can see that you've got your sources and you've got a take button just like you would in any other master control anywhere.
So one of the more surprising ways that AMP has helped us outside of just the master control and the switching is we have the ability now to create multi-viewers in the cloud, which we didn't have before. And we can also provide low latency feeds to partners across the world. I think what's most exciting to me about AMP is the platform itself, the open APIs and the ability for us to build our own interfaces and automation against it. So you don't have to use the tools exactly as the vendor provides them. If you want to build your own workflows and automate that, if you have software developers like we do and you want to try to innovate on top of what is already an innovative product, they've given us the ability to do that. And so now we're talking about a world where we can spin up and spin down resources with a single click.
We had very high quality standards that were set at the very beginning of this project, and we've been really happy with AMP's performance.
Grass Valley has been awesome. They've been great partners. The AMP project to work on with Grass Valley has been an awesome experience. I believe AMP is the future of television broadcasting, and it won't just be an influence on esports, but it's also going to be, I feel, an industry disruptor for large television operators.